Good morning, learners. Welcome to our today's lesson. The last lesson we were talking about the physical features in Africa. So today we are going to discuss about formation of the lakes. Now, 2 seconds to define what is a lake. Now, a lake is a large depression on the surface of the earth that is filled with water. So any depression, of course, on the surface of the earth that is filled with water, definitely we can call it or we can refer to as a lake. Then we have lakes that have both inlets and outlets. So a lake can have inlets, that is water coming in, but there is no outlets. Outlets means water going out. So these lakes are referred to as, so some lakes have both inlets and outlets. These lakes are referred to as freshwater lakes. These are lakes that have both the inlets, that is water coming in, or rivers, of course, draining into that lake, but again there is rivers again flowing out. So this lake acts as the inlet, it acts as a source of rivers that are flowing out. At the same time, this lake acts as the mouth where other rivers are now draining into. So as we move further, we are saying that these freshwater lakes, we have said that they have both the inlet and outlets. So we want to see examples of the freshwater lakes. Here on the board we have many examples. We have Victoria. Lake Victoria, we all know Victoria. It covers a bigger area of East Africa. We have Victoria in Kenya, we have Lake Victoria in Tanzania, we have Lake Victoria in Uganda. Then number 2 is Lake Turkana. Basically, Turkana is within Kenya. We have Albert in Uganda. We have Tanganyika in Tanzania. Something about Tanganyika is again is deepest. This is the deepest lake in Africa. Is the deepest lake in Africa. Then we go to Tana. Tana is in Ethiopia, Lake Tana. We have Naivasha. Naivasha is just here in Kenya. Then we have Lake Malawi, that is down south in Malawi. And we have Lake Baringo, also in Kenya. Lake Baringo, also in Kenya. Then the other lake, we have Lake Kyoga. So these are just few examples of the freshwater lakes that we have basically in Eastern Africa. So there are many lakes, of course, in Africa that we are going to discuss more. And of course, for you the learners, what you need to do, of course, get into your books, look for more examples. Of course, try, of course, to know the lake and of course where it is found. Then we move on to lakes with inlets but no outlets. We are saying lakes with inlets but there is no outlets. These lakes are referred to as salty lakes. Salty lakes. So I've given examples on this. One is Bogoria. Something about Bogoria, or something fish about Bogoria. This lake is in Kenya, and it has what is called the hot springs. Hot springs. So this lake, it is a tourist destination. So basically, the water it is flowing, that is from underground, and it is hot. So it has hot springs. So it's a major tourist site in this country, that is in Kenya. Then we have Lake Turkana. Lake Nakuru, also known as for the flamingos again. So it's also another tourist site. We have Magadi, Lake Magadi, where mining of Magadi is of course done. We have Lake Amboseli. We also have Lake Ngami. We have Lake Eyasi. We have Lake Natron. We have Lake Chad. We have Lake Chala. So these are just a few examples of the salty lakes that we have in Africa. There are more lakes, of course. Read your books well, go through your notes well, but of course you'll find that there are more lakes apart from the examples that I've given here on the chalkboard. So learners, as we go on, we now have the grouping of lakes, the formation of lakes. How are these lakes formed? So we are saying that lakes are grouped according to the way they were formed. They are grouped according to the way these lakes were formed. And we are saying that the main process through which lakes were formed. So we have processes, and we have different processes through which lakes were formed. So one of the processes is the downwarping. Downwarping, that's an example. Another example is faulty lakes. Then we have volcanic activities, lakes formed under volcanic activities. We have erosion by ice. Then we have deposition lakes. Then we have the human-made lakes. So we have, of course, time to discuss all this. So we are going to start with our number one, that is the downwarping. Downwarping. So we are now looking at the process through which the lakes were formed. So our number one is the that is the downwarping. Now we are saying that these lakes were mainly formed due to the downwards movement of the land due to cracking of the rocks. So we are saying the lakes formed under downwarping. So we are saying these lakes. So these lakes were mainly formed. The lakes were mainly formed. The lakes were mainly formed. The lakes were mainly formed due to the cracking, due to the we are saying downward movement of land, downward movement of land, downward movement of land due to movement of land due to cracking of the rock, due to the cracking of the rock. So this led to the formation of now we are talking of these lakes were formed due to the downward movement of land due to cracking of the rock. Now, if something cracks, of course, it is separating from itself. So if it is one piece, of course, we are going to have two pieces. Now, what is going to be left? Of course, for example, we are now talking of the rock. it has cracked. So what is left there, of course, it is we are saying that the land that has now cracked, of course, it is forming a basin. There is something that has been formed, and we can call it a basin or a depression. Something like a basin or a depression. And of course, water is collected. Then water is collected in this depression, and that is to form a lake. So after the cracking, now a basin or a depression is formed. Then water is then collected in this depression, and thus it forms now the lake, and thus it forms the lake. Just giving examples of these lakes. Examples of these lakes, of course, we have Victoria, Lake Victoria. We have Lake Victoria. We have Lake Chad. We have Lake Bangweulu, Lake Kyoga, and so many. So, learners, what I want you to do, of course, you go to your course book, that is our life today, and of course on page 22. So there, where we have the lakes, and of course read, go through what is there. Then of course you'll be at a better position and at a good level. So basically, I don't want to go further, because I want to take you, that is bit by bit, so that at least if at all that a question is brought, of course, from this formation of lakes, of course, you are at right understanding. You are at the right, of course, to understand that question, and of course to know how to work out that question. So our lesson today ends there, and I want to say that you be blessed, and of course stay at home, and of course do the work that you are given. Thank you for the lesson, and thank you for the listening, and may God bless you. Thank you.